I want to talk about a really interesting case that I read yesterday. On an interim basis, the court found that one of the children were at a risk of harm in response to the father alienating that child from the mother. The court made some really interesting interim orders. One of the interim orders limits the amount of times the father is permitted to text the child whilst the child is in the mother's care to once per day, and also requires the father to provide the mother with a copy of the text message that he sends to the child. The expert in this case did a fabulous report, and the judge actually pulls and quotes parts of their expert report, and you can read the parts of the expert's report in the actual judgment. So let's take a look at some of the really important and helpful parts of that judgment.
The case is Ball and Ball No. 8, 2025. You can view the entire judgment for free using Ostley.
By way of a brief background, in this case, there were three subject children. One child lived with the mother, another child lived with the father, and then child Z lived primarily with the father but was spending time with the mother. In these family court proceedings, the mother had applied, she'd made an application wanting more time with the child. One of the reasons she sought new orders was that child had made allegations of SA against the mother, and there was a district court case against the mother, and the mother was acquitted. And so she used the published judgment from the district court proceedings as evidence in the family court proceedings to support her case. The mother denied the allegations by the child, and in the district court judgment, which is quoted in the family court proceedings judgment, the court or the judge comments about how the mother responded appropriately to questioning and she appeared to be an honest and reliable and a credible witness. So the mother used that judgment in the family court proceedings. I talk about parental alienation a lot on my page, and this is an interesting judgment because the expert identified alienation, so the father doing things to turn the child against the mother, as an issue in this case. So I'm quoting directly from the judgment, and this is a quote from the expert's report. Z, who was previously described by Ms. D as a gentle, intelligent, and affectionate boy, remains triangulated within family conflict. When interviewed at his father's home, he displayed a strong alignment with his father's narrative. Of particular concern is that Zed is starting to show signs of alienation from his mother. He spoke about her in a manner devoid of ambivalence, repeated borrowed narratives beyond his developmental capacity, and demonstrated knowledge of adult matters such as about finances, child support, and legal proceedings. Despite this, my direct observation of Zed with his mother was that he displayed affection, sought comfort, and engaged warmly with her. The stark contradiction between his behaviour with his mother and his verbal reports while with his father is conspicuous and must be understood as an outward representation